What's going on, guys? It's Cliffy here. Welcome back to another episode of the 5-5 Big Bash. Today we are taking on the Brisbane Heat in round number 6. Currently atop of the table, as you can see there on the right-hand side of the screen. Let's go and get straight into the game. Alright, so we've lost the toss. We've got Tim Payne and Sangers coming in to face their very first ball. Luke Fieldman, who I think is actually playing in the New Zealand domestic competition at the moment. We'll go through, do this first ball, and see what happens from there. First ball, T-Payne goes through mid-wicket, and that is going to be the first boundary of the innings. What a way to start for the Hurricanes. Oh, and the next ball, he goes, I was going to say, might need to run that one up, but goes up over backward point, and that is 2 fours in a row now for Timmy Payne. So he is carrying his real-life BBL form into this 5-over Big Bash for me. Yep, we'll take one there. Didn't know that there was a man out there, but we will take the single. Bring Sangakkara on strike for his first ball of the innings. Oh, Sangers goes big first ball. Not the greatest of timing in the world, but I think the pretty small boundaries here today at the Gabba are definitely going to help the Canes. That is another 4. They move on to 13 off the first 5 deliveries. So great start so far for the Hurricanes. Josh Layla comes into the attack, and he's greeted by a massive shot down the ground from Tim Payne. 6 runs, boys. That is the first maximum that we have seen today. Josh Layla, welcome to the crease. The last ball of the over, and Sangers is like, you know what? I'm not missing out on this fun TP. I'm going to hit myself my second boundary of the game. Move to 8 off 3, and that's Layla's over. Done and dusted. 13 coming off it, just like came off at the first over. The power play is done and dusted now, boys. We're not changing the approach, but there is the first wicket for the Heat. Badri, you thought he would have come on earlier, but he has got Timmy Payne caught by McCullum for 18 off 10. A good knock by the Hurricane skipper. George Bailey's the new man to the crease, and he greets Badri with the treatment the other Heat bowlers have been getting today. Driven through the covers, a little bit aerial, but it is gone for 4, and Bailey, just like that, is off the mark straight away with a boundary. Boom, down the ground. Thank you for coming. Might not have the legs to go all the way. In fact, it is. There's the second boundary for George Bailey. He's now 8 off 2, and the Hurricanes are putting on a mighty imposing total here. If you're going to toss it up wide, I'm definitely going there. Another 4 for Bailey. 12 off that over, 1 wicket. And a pretty expensive start for Badri, you would have to say, in his 1 and only over in the game. Oh, that's little from Sangha. No timing on that one whatsoever. We'll just scurry through and grab ourselves a single. So this has been a good over so far from Fekir. Just a 1 run coming off the first 3 balls. Boomtown from George Bailey. That one there, driven through the covers. Another 4. We've loved that area today. We've loved it in Don Bradman 17. Full stop. Another 4 signaled there by the umpire. Whew! How has he done that? That was meant to be pulled away over square leg. Instead, George Bailey's gone, I'm just going to rock on the back foot and smash this one down the ground for another 4. He's been on fire today. I was going to say Captain George, but just George. Sangakkara, meanwhile, he's been down the other end watching this carnage unfold. He's hit a very nice straight drive there, and he will come back and pick up 2. First ball, Jono Wells has tried to take on the field, and what a catch that is from B-Mac down there, patrolling on the boundary. So, it's just such a good fielder. Wells goes for a golden. He's back in the hut. Shot, Sangers. That's a great shot. Might not go. In fact, it has gone all the way. So 3 for 54. 1 ball left to go. Last ball, and Sangers says, thanks for coming. We're going to play that one down the ground. Finish with a 4, and the Hurricanes finish on 3 for 58. A very competitive score. Will we see if the Heat can chase it down? Let's go and find out. So we've got McCullum and Burns opening up for the Brisbane Heat. Malenko running in now. He's going to bowl the first ball, and it should be fireworks either way. Just nudged down by B-Mac just for the single. Not a bad shot from Joe Burns. They should get, I was going to say, should get 2. Very wild throw. Terrible throw, to say the least. Right, now we've got Stuart Broad into the attack for his first ball. The Heat only managing 2 off that first over. What can he produce here? Oh! A wicket first up. Joe Burns, you're back in the hut, son. What a start. Caught by the wild thing. Bowled Stuart Broad. As I said, Joe Burns, 1 off 5. Way you go, son. The Canes have got to watch out here. We've got the Bash brothers in, which they've been labelled by, I don't even know who gave them that name, but Brendan McCullum, Chris Lynn, they'll be looking to up this run rate for the Heat. And that's a very nice shot by McCullum to get his first 4 of the innings. And he's gone again. That one is even better, and it's going to be another 4. And I think B-Max decided it's time for him to go. It's time for him to start having a whack. Oh, power play done and dusted. Cam Boyce comes in, and I was going to say first ball for Chris Lynn, but first ball for Boise has been nudged into the gap just for a 2. But that run rate really starting to creep up on the Heat now. Oh, nice shot. Chris Lynn on the pads and just tucked around the corner. That's going to be his first boundary, and the Heat need a few more of those. Boom goes Chris Lynn. The Bash brothers are starting to get a bit of a move on here. There's Chrissy Lynn's second boundary. He moves on to 10 off just 4 deliveries. An expensive start from Cam Boyce so far. Long hop, and that has got what it deserved. Just trying to change it up. Put a bit of a shorter ball in there, and it's been dispatched by Chris Lynn, who moves on to 14. This has been a good over for the Heat. They need this, basically, for the next 2.1 if they're going to get anywhere close. Oh, and there's another one swept away by Lynn. Might not have the timing. Great bit of fielding out there. I think they are, though, going to come back for 3. Possibly 4. What kind of fielding was that? Who was that? I honestly don't know. But that is 18 coming off the over. The Heat desperately needed that. Dan's Christian's over was pretty good until that. I think they are only going to get 2. So he's done well. Just 3 runs off the first 4 balls from Dan Christian. It's going to be the wild thing to finish up things here for the Hurricanes. The Heat need 27 off the last 6 balls. So they're going to need some boundaries. Can they get them? Oh, smacked away by McCullum. Tatey was looking for that in-swinging Yorker, but it is too little too late for McCullum, the Heat captain. Now requiring 23 off just the last 2 balls. So barring a major disaster or a major brain fade from Shaun Tate, the Canes are going to pick up the victory here. That is the game done and dusted, guys. As you can see, the Hobart Hurricanes win by 21 runs. What that means heading into the last game of round robin, we will find out in just a sec once we go through and simulate the rest of the matches. Alright guys, so we've simulated through the games, and this is how our table looks heading into the final round robin. Now we've got the Canes and the Renegades. Basically that is almost playing off for a home final 1v2, but guaranteed for the Canes to finish either first or second. There's going to be a bit of a dog race, you'd have to say. Well, I don't actually know. I don't know how this is working. Apparently the Thunder, who are 3-3, are above the Stars, who are 4-2. But we'll just have to wait and see at the end of next episode where everyone does go and finishes up. But I'm going to wrap things up here. Do hope you've enjoyed this video. Until next time, this has been Cliffy, your king of career mode and New Zealand's #1 source of Don Bradman cricket content, signing out.